Bitcoin short squeeze. In today's live stream, what we'll be talking about is this going to be the run or the start of the Bitcoin short squeeze. So this is definitely a stream you do not want to go ahead and miss out. I do want to go ahead and say welcome everybody that has tuned into the channel. Hope all of you have a wonderful day today. Good night, good afternoon, or good morning, depending on the times when you're watching this, right? Especially watching this video. Let me go ahead and check if we are officially live. I thought about, you know what, let me go ahead and turn on the camera and do a freaking live stream, because it looks like the market is somewhat bullish in my opinion. You know, I've been hearing the narrative of a lot of people saying that this market's going to be bearish, and I still continue to be a little bit positive, thinking this is going to go bullish. You know, we're seeing a lot of these tokens take off, so we'll see where things go moving forward. If you are looking to go ahead and hop on into any exchanges, check out BingX, now KYC platform, alongside with MEXC, and Bybit being one of the best exchanges. So go ahead and check that out. And NordVPN offering 69% off with 3 months extra. So let's go ahead and look into the charts. Really exotic, really exhausted for the day, man. I've been quite tired these last couple of days. No sleep. Really been on the grind on the back end, but we're out here putting in that extra work. And right now I'm going to go ahead and shill the live stream into the community. So give me 1 second as I go ahead and do that, and I pull out the live stream. Meanwhile, we could go ahead and get some people joined us on this on the live stream as well, right? So we'll see how many people join us today. I mean, it is Friday, I think, Saturday, Sunday, maybe for so many of you. So as usual, my Discord is not loading up on my computer, so let me go ahead and pull my Discord out on my phone, and let's go ahead and get started with this live stream, right? Yeah, I'm like typing in everything incorrectly, so let's go ahead and get this started. Give me 1 second. So if you are watching this pre-recorded, go ahead and feel free to go ahead and skip this to wherever you think would be best for you to go ahead and watch, right? So let me go ahead and post this on my channel. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look into the market and see what's going on. So you know, a lot of people are actually quite bullish with Bitcoin, and actually, let me take that back. A lot of people have been bearish on Bitcoin, and for that narrative, I've been actually quite bullish. Bitcoin right now isn't really doing anything too crazy, but it is looking a little bit bullish on my end. Hasn't been a full-on confirmation that this thing is officially bullish, right? We are still looking at Bitcoin holding at these levels where we're at right now. As long as we go ahead and continue to break above 51,688, we should go ahead and see this continuation to the upside, retesting 53,000 one more time, and then breaking past through this. Having this area of support will be extremely bullish for the market. I do expect $57,000 to be running through very quickly. How's it going, Vernon? Great to go ahead and see you today. Feel free to go ahead and shill me some tokens. So right now it looks like Bitcoin is actually getting closer to following that short squeeze. We have talked about that there is heavy liquidations for shorts around this range right here, around $57,000. So I strongly do believe that we could be seeing a major pump to the upside on Bitcoin in the next coming days, as long as we continue to be bullish, right? If we do go ahead and get rejected tomorrow or later on today at around this this area of around falling below 51,400 and closing below it, or let's just call it falling below 50,990, if we do go ahead and close below this range right here, we are more than likely going to be losing this strong area of support at around the $49,000 range, coming all the way back down and retesting this area of support all the way at the $43,000, right? It doesn't mean Bitcoin will be officially over from here, but it is definitely going to take us some more work to go ahead and climb our way back up, right? So we are more than likely going to go ahead and lose the support if this was to happen, right? So right now it's a little bit still neutral in the market. It hasn't given us that full confirmation. A little bit of clickbait with the short squeeze, but as I mentioned, if this does reverse very quickly, we could go ahead and be seeing some liquidations on shorts reaching all the way up to the $57,000 mark, right? So that is on the daily. We could go ahead and focus on the smaller time frames right now, and looking at the smaller time frames, we are seeing that we are currently hitting this area of resistance. So as long as we go ahead and continue to break past through this, we could be seeing the continuation to $53,000, and that's where a lot of shorts will go ahead and get triggered with getting liquidated. So we're going to go ahead and see where things are going. As I mentioned, do keep in mind that on the 4-hourly we are entering this area of resistance, but we could also be typically seeing some sort of cup and handle pattern forming. So I wouldn't be quite bearish until we see Bitcoin really fall below the $50,000 range, because we could be seeing this cup and handle pattern where we will be taking off, right? So looking at the DXY as well, we are seeing the DXY getting a little bit stronger. These last couple of days, the DXY hasn't really been it's actually been dumping these last couple of days, right? So it looks like it's now trying to recover. So I'm really curious to go ahead and see how Bitcoin reacts to that, because Bitcoin didn't really react too much when the DXY was down, right? Sometimes Bitcoin lags behind it and doesn't really respond to it very quickly, and that's kind of the reason why I don't like solely just, you know, basing my technical analysis of just DXY. I like looking at other parts of the market, such as the US 100. We did see the stock market on Friday close on a neutral, so they actually ended up closing green, right? They did dump and then they kind of closed green, so or neutral, a quick recovery into the market. So I'm really quite curious to see what's going to be coming up this week. I'm not too sure. I'm not looking to go ahead and long or short this market just yet, just because I feel like it's really an undecisive market. But if you are looking to go ahead and trade this market and possibly get wrecked, go ahead and check out my links down below. BingX and MEXC, both of these platforms are non-KYC platforms. And if you're in need of a VPN, check out NordVPN, offering 69% off. But yeah, we're gonna go and see where things going. How's it going, Ryan? Hope you're having a good one. MMG, yeah, we'll go ahead and check MMG out right now in a little bit. So let's go ahead and take a look at Solana right now. Solana is looking extremely bearish and continues to look really bearish. The only hope for Solana, honestly, is that we go ahead and break past this 106 level, which I'm actually more bearish on Solana than Bitcoin, but we're going to go ahead and see where things go. As I mentioned, even with Solana, we still could go ahead and come back down to the $93 range and then continue to go to the upside after that with the reversal. But more than likely, Solana is going to go ahead and be losing its support. And if we do go ahead and continue to lose the support all the way down, losing this $91, I could almost guarantee you that we will go ahead and be falling around within the range of around $50 to $60, which is not going to be looking good for Solana. So Solana is actually looking really bearish. And at least for the meme tokens, Solana has actually been pretty good, right? The meme coin space for Solana have actually been pumping because of this decrease of Solana's price, right? So it's actually bullish for meme tokens. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people think that when Solana price action goes up, meme tokens go up, and it's actually the inverse correlation to that, meaning that if Solana dominance falls, typically the Solana meme tokens pump, right? So Solana is looking extremely bearish. I mean, a short squeeze could happen, but as I mentioned, same thing. We are looking for like an inverse head and shoulders pattern right here on the 4-hourly that I just noticed. So it does look like it's getting ready for this breakout. So we're going to go ahead and see where things go on for Solana. Actually, we've been seeing a little bit of activity this weekend, right? Which I actually expected, to be honest. I told one of my buddies, I'm like, dude, expect some volatility leading onto this week. So we actually did get a little bit of volatility. So I'm surprised with what the market's going to give us later on today. Looking at the fear and greed chart, we do see that we are at 74 at greed. Next update is at in 16 hours. I'm pretty exhausted, chat. I haven't slept in a few days too well, so you know, running on very minimal of sleep. So I'm super exhausted, and I wasn't trying to do the stream, but I was like, consistency is key, right? So and also I did see the market pumping, so I was like, I really want to see what's going on with the market, right? Right now, overall, we are seeing a little bit of altcoins also pump. I've been seeing, you know, Unibot did over like 60-70% like 2 days ago. I think it was actually yesterday. So it looks like we are getting closer to that altcoin season that a lot of us have been actually talking about, which is actually really cool, right? So I do believe Solana meme tokens are going to continue to pump, as we talked about that exposure of being exposed to meme tokens and altcoins. And so far, it looks like the narrative has been playing out pretty good for us, right? Not too much complaint. One thing I do want to go ahead and say, you know, check out Pal World. This token has been pretty bullish, and we are getting ready to this next breakout to the upside. We actually did hit a few days ago. I think it was actually a day and a half ago. We saw this all-time high that we reached, hitting all the way up to 600,000 market cap, right? So pretty big things over there with Pal World. We are seeing a major reversal. We actually hit 644,000. So making new all-time highs, and we are finally seeing, as I mentioned, we are seeing this movement back in the market. So volume has been slightly picking up these last 3 days as compared to what we had in the beginning. This is the beginning of the launch, obviously really good, and then you know, it has been kind of neutral, and then liquidity picked back up on the 23rd of February. So it looks like, you know, the volume is slightly picking up on a lot of these Solana meme tokens. So we're going to go ahead and see where things go moving forward. Also for Pal World, I know AMC and GME have been kind of dead, man. Honestly, I kind of feel bad for the people that jumped into this. I didn't understand the narrative too much. I thought the narrative would have been bullish because of how bullish the narrative actually is, but it turns out that in Solana, people just enter projects and then they exit them, and that's it. They really don't care about the narrative so much. So lesson learned to a lot of people, and lesson learned to myself, man. I round tripped freaking AMC all the way to the top and bottom. Could have cleared 9 grand, but I did not. So luckily I didn't lose any money on AMC, but I didn't take my full potential of profit. So with that being said, you know, always make sure to take profits with a lot of these projects. You don't know how long they're going to usually last, right? So we'll see where things go moving forward, but typically a lot of these projects, you know, most of their pumps, you know, you're followed with a major correction with it until it decides to go ahead and do its thing and you know, be bullish once again. But with that being said, yeah, we're going to go and see where things go on with GME as well. I am going to be looking at trade these pairs as the market continues to pump in the next coming days. Same thing with GME, nothing too freaking major is going on. And yeah, man, it looks like this space is getting quite exciting with a lot of degeneracy, and that's actually what excites us in the space of Solana, dude. It's like when the market's not really doing anything, it's like this is what kind of excites you, these pump and dumps, I guess, right? I was just in a trade earlier, and I actually exited my trade. It was BingX. I wonder how that's doing now. It probably dumped. One thing that I learned earlier on with a lot of these Solana projects too, it's usually, you know, usually go ahead and trust your instinct. Like for the most part, like if you're feeling a little bit bearish on a project, like it might be time for you to go ahead and exit a project, right? Or at least take profits. I was just in this BingX. I was actually in this trade right here, BingX, and I'm glad I've actually exited. I had a feeling this thing was gonna dump, right? Can this thing come back? I do not know. That's a great question. That's something I would want to go ahead and know myself. But I actually did enter a trade right here on BingX at around the zone right here. And I was slightly up in profits, not that much, about $9. So I didn't really take profits, and I entered a little bit more into my position right here. And as I started to see this thing fall off, I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and exit my position right here. So I actually took a little 20-30% hit on my position. I put in a little bit over 1 SOL, but as I mentioned, I did enter right here with about 0.5, and I actually quickly exited my trade, right? Because I kind of noticed, I was like, you know what, it looks like this token might actually dump. I just have a feeling, like looking at all the technicals of what I'm used to seeing, it looks quite bearish. So we're going to see if we could go ahead and see a major reversal with BingX moving forward, but this token has just been out for about an hour, so I'm really careful with what this token is doing. So yeah, we'll see where things go. If we do see a reversal, I'll definitely be more than glad to enter a trade, but this does look like a double top, similar to what we had with AMC right here happen. So that's actually really bearish, but it doesn't mean we can't see a quick reversal up with a pump and dump with an over 100% pump, and then just see some sort of correction right here. So we'll see where things go moving forward, but it does look like we are getting a little bit more degeneracy in this space. I warned you about doing it like Glenn. My shame to see that I was in fact right. Yeah, man. Learn my lesson. Many meme coins hit their all-time highs when Solana was at 121, so it kind of depends. It depends on how the market's feeling, but overall meme tokens hit. We get more degeneracy in the space when dominance falls down, just because people are willing to go ahead and have a little bit more risk on behavior. So we'll see where things go. But yeah, I round tripped my AMC back like a smarty. Luckily I still took profits. I walked out with a little bit over a nice decent return to profits, right? I walked out with a nice decent return of profits, but it wasn't anything too crazy. Oh yeah, never mind. I can't even buy BingX anymore. Never mind. I was gonna enter a trade on BingX because it's looking extremely bullish right now on this reversal. This is something you could have probably made quick little profits on this, but unfortunately, I don't have any SOL left right now.
I'm all in one. I'm all in on PAL right now. So, but this does look like it's gonna go ahead and reverse. Pretty rough. And yeah, it looks like this thing might go ahead and go like this. It might top off around like around this market cap for Solana, for Bank of X. Sorry, I can't really freaking think what I'm saying right now. I'm so exhausted. I don't even know what I'm saying. I think it might top off at around 138,000. So you could go ahead and catch a nice little swing trade to the upside. So unfortunately, I went ahead and I added another bag to another project like PAL. I'm more bullish on PAL just because I know this thing's going to break out. But with this, you could go ahead and see a quick little recovery up to 120,000 before this thing being completely dead. That's kind of one thing that I've noticed with a lot of these projects is they don't last too long, man. And that's kind of the space that we're in with Solana tokens, right? We might see this sort of movement, or we might just see a quick reversal all the way up. Like, look, I could have caught that trade right there, but it is what it is, man. That's typically what you go ahead and see very quickly on Solana. So I'm not even gonna chase this trade right now, even though this might be a pretty good entry. Unless I go ahead and see this thing pump with this support right here, getting ready for the next breakout, I might consider entering a trade somewhere around this range. But it looks actually quite bullish. It looks like it might be reaching that 123,000 market cap, as I mentioned. So yeah, we'll see. As I mentioned, right now what I'm seeing is a lot of these Solana meme tokens are coming out, so just be ready to go ahead and ape into a lot of these projects. So yeah, we'll see what's going on with that, but just be on the lookout for that. With that being said, we are seeing a lot of articles about Reddit saying that they invested excess money into Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I guess it's quite bullish. Donald Trump embraces the idea of Bitcoin. I don't know how bullish that is. We have like a lot of these big influencers embrace something. Typically that's the top of the market. So we'll see where things go moving forward. I've been seeing a lot of these projects pump very, very crazy. A lot of these meme tokens take off. Even the meme tokens with not the strongest narratives are actually doing pretty well in the space. For example, Pepe 2.0 actually just went ahead and hit 100 million market cap. So congratulations to any of those that actually are still holding on to Pepe 2.0. Unfortunately, I exited at that position and it never took place into it, just due to the fact that Pepe 2.0 was they kind of killed it after they went ahead and released a new contract, right? So it's kind of like what you see typical in this space, where you go ahead and miss out on opportunities and you completely forget about a project. And this is exactly what happened to me with Pepe 2. Like, I completely forgot about Pepe 2. Like, I've been so busy doing other things in the space that you quickly forget about what the narratives are being pushed, right? And Pepe 2.0 looks like it's back. I don't know, man. 100 million market cap. So congratulations to everybody that did really well on this project. Congratulations, 100 million market cap on Pepe 2, something we all friggin' wish for back in the day. I think, what was the all-time high for Pepe 2? Was it 40 million market cap? I can't remember. I don't think we were that far from 100 million though. But yeah, Pepe 2 is back, man. Congratulations to everybody that freaking took that trade. Unfortunately, I just stopped trading Pepe 2 just because, due to the fact that they no longer had leverage trading for MEXC on Pepe 2. So I was like, yeah, you know what? It's not really worth my time anymore. So I just stopped trading Pepe 2 because they only did spot. I do think the significant Solana pumps result in meme coins pumping more than a decrease in dominance like we're seeing now. It depends. I mean, it just really depends. As I mentioned, your narrative could be correct or it could be incorrect. But it just depends on the sentiment of the market. Right now, the sentiment of the market, the reason why Solana was pumping back in November and all this time right here was because everybody was super bullish about Bonk and all these other projects. Right now, Solana is overpriced, right? So Solana is looking extremely bearish and bullish. So even if we do enter this meme coin season or altcoin season, there's a high probability that Solana might not take place of that rally. Typically, when we go ahead and see the bullish narrative in the market, we typically see Bitcoin take off first, and then we see a big narrative being pushed. And the big narrative, which is the second altcoin, is it's Solana. So Solana has been taking a lot of attention in the space, and Solana was a first taker to make new all-time highs.
compared to a lot of these altcoins when they were lacking behind, right? So a lot of people made money on Solana, and for that reason, they're no longer interested in Solana right now. Solana looks more bearish than anything. I was quite bullish on Solana at one point at this range right here, but now Solana looks extremely bearish unless there's a major change where we have a similar, look where Solana does something very similar to Bitcoin. It could go ahead and be safe, but even looking at this on the longer time frames, we could go ahead and see that this is forming some sort of head and shoulders pattern, and even on the smaller time frames as well, right? So Solana is looking extremely bearish. Even with this one right here, you could go ahead and say this is the head and shoulders pattern right here. Kind of ugly looking head and shoulders pattern, but it still counts, and we could be seeing this rejection down to $70. So in my opinion, Solana is looking bearish. This narrative could go ahead and change, but is looking more bearish than anything. And because Solana already took a lot of the spotlight during altcoins, that's kind of the reason why we're seeing Solana dump. So Solana might reach the top right now. This could be the top. The top was probably 119, or let's go ahead and call it 127. So that was the top for Solana if it doesn't reverse. And that's kind of the reason why we're seeing a lot of these altcoins pump off right now, because we didn't see a lot of this behavior when Solana was pumping. It was like literally almost Solana the only coin pumping, and no other altcoins were really doing too much. They were slightly pumping, but they weren't doing 90% pumps or crazy pumps, right, with altcoins. So that's typically some usual behavior that we have in the space. We always have one big token such as Bitcoin lead the spot, and then we have a second altcoin, which could be like Ethereum, Binance, Solana. This year was Solana. Last year was Ethereum. That was a leading factor. It was Bitcoin, or last bull run was Bitcoin, and then it was Ethereum. And then after Ethereum kind of topped off, that's when meme tokens took off, and we're kind of and a lot of altcoins, and that's kind of like what we're having right now. We're having Bitcoin being the leading factor, and Solana being the second leading factor for altcoins, right? So Solana topping off is actually very bullish for the altcoins, the rest of the altcoins, and meme coins. And as I mentioned, that's why we're seeing a lot of high interest into Solana meme tokens these last couple of days. Like literally in the last 3 days since Solana has been dumping and hasn't really been doing much, we've been seeing a lot of activity in the space. So we're gonna go ahead and see where things go on. As I mentioned, this is just something that I've noticed. And it could be actually quite the opposite, but as I mentioned, that's what I've noticed. Typically when Solana pumps, a lot of meme tokens don't do as well. And I remember a lot of the meme tokens around Solana were actually quite bearish right here when we saw Solana pump with this range. And as soon as I saw this Solana start to dump, I remember I was finding a lot of 20 to 30 X's during this range right here on Solana meme tokens. When Solana was dumping very crazy right here, I saw a lot of Solana meme tokens doing 20 to 30 X's. But yeah, we'll go ahead and see where things go moving forward. Let's go ahead and see this project that Vernon's sharing with me. Magic internet money. This thing's still a thing. It looks like it is. So it looks like it's actually reversing back, right? I just can't remember where Magic Internet Money was at. Like, where was it at before? Nice trade, bro. I remember you were really bullish on this right here. Yeah, so I've noticed with a lot of these Solana trades, it's just not worth holding on for too long. Probably gonna go to sleep after this, man. I'm pretty exhausted. Yeah, I remember talking about Magic Internet Money around this range right here. Yeah, so it's done pretty good so far with Magic Internet Money. I mentioned how there was a double bottom pattern right here, W pattern with a breakout to the upside, and that's actually what we got. So this thing literally did a 6x from its initial breakout, which was back in the 20th. I caught a 13x on it. Yeah, dude, that's a really nice trade right here. It is a really nice trade right here. So it looks like Vernon just really capitalizes on the projects that dumped and have really strong narratives, and with the massive reversal to the upside. So it looks like that's a pretty good strategy, bro. I think that's a way better strategy than trying to go ahead and capture these early meme tokens. It's really difficult to go ahead and catch these narratives. But yeah, I mean, same thing with Magic Internet Money, man. I really regret not selling at the top right here. That's one thing that I learned my early lesson on with a lot of these Solana meme tokens. I wish I would have sold my bag right here. But I was heavily invested on Magic Internet Money at 50,000 market cap, and I rode that all the way to the top. I did take profits along the way, so not like it was money that I lost. Like I only put in about, I think I started off with 1 SOL, and Magic Internet Money made me over like, or 2 SOL I think I put in. So Magic Internet Money actually made me 2 to 3 grand, I believe it was. When I put in around 50,000 market cap at his all-time high. But I did take profits along the way. So as soon as I saw my bag double, you know, I took my initial and I just kept on taking profits. And that's one thing that I learned about Solana meme tokens, is that you don't want to be holding on to trades too long. You want to go ahead and actually take profits as your bags are pumping, right? And that's actually what I did with Magic Internet Money. Unfortunately, I sold my whole entire Magic Internet Money bag when I saw it within this range right here around the 3 million struggling. This is where I sold my whole entire bag on Magic Internet Money, and I ended up taking the rest of my profits. So I took profits on the way up, on the way up, on the way up, on the way up. Didn't take any profits at the top, and then I took profits right here. And as soon as it dumped, I was still slightly taking profits. But then as soon as I saw that this thing was not going to jump through, I ended up taking full profits and actually exiting my position. So, yeah, and I'm glad I sold my position because I figured this whole entire dump was going to happen. And it actually did. And it consolidated here for a while, right? So this thing actually consolidated for a while, dude. A freaking long time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 days it consolidated. So like literally a whole week after it initially released. So I've noticed with a lot of these tokens, as I mentioned, like usually the second, third day is when a lot of these tokens dump. So, but it looks pretty nice. You know, if we do go ahead and catch more volume, what I'm looking for is volume. We could go ahead and catch a little bit more volume. We could go ahead and see a continuation to the upside, but we do see a double bottom on this. And Magic Internet Money is bullish because Magic Internet Money came out on Ethereum last bull run. So narratives do have to be strong, but I just don't follow narratives as much with these Solana meme tokens. They're all full of it. We are seeing this one right here with like Kermit, which I saw earlier right now before. This is looking extremely bullish. But I don't know. It's at 20 minutes. We're going to go ahead and see how long this thing lasts. I think it was at like 20,000 market cap. I think Kermit might do pretty good. I mean, it's at 20. I mean, usually these narratives do pretty good, bro. I might give me a little bag right now. Let me go ahead and give me a little bag. I'll probably put like 0.25 on this thing. Just because like I just don't want to lose freaking money on this play. So I'm gonna try to take profits on one of my positions that I'm up in. I'm up in one of my positions right now, I think. Am I? Let's see. I'm really not. So let's see. Probably gonna throw in a little bit of money in this. So I'm probably gonna enter a little trade on this right here. But you have to just be very careful. These are just usually these rug pull really quickly. So we're gonna see if we could catch this on a dump. If this thing could dump down to, like this market cap right here, around 13,000 again, I might consider adding to a bag unless I see a major like just reversal right now. Moon Joker, how's it going, bro? Pipit 2 gives that rug pull vibe because liquidity is unlocked, but it did dip down to lower range. Might buy 10 billion for just a lottery buy. Nice. Wojak is giving that Pepe 2.0 and Pepe 2, John. Please look at it. Let's go ahead and check it out, John. What time is it? Great question, bro. It's 12. It's 12. It's still pretty early. I'll go ahead and take a look at that, Vernon. Can you go ahead and post a smart contract, Moon Joker? Long time no see, buddy. Yeah, freaking Pepe 2.0 hit 100 million market cap, bro. John, would you buy Pepe 2.0 again at this price or wait for it to go? Dude, I would never in a million years buy a token at 100 million market cap, ever, unless I'm leverage trading that token. I think when you start buying into those crazy territories, it's just really, really foolish, and foolish in my opinion. Not meaning to offend anybody, but I just wouldn't buy a token at that market cap. It's just way too freaking expensive, man. Way too freaking expensive. Let me go ahead and see if I could enter this nice little trade right here on Kermit. We are seeing a little bit more buying pressure than selling pressure. I think this thing's gonna pump, man. I don't know. I feel a little bit confident in this trade. We'll see how things go with this trade right now. Maybe it goes in our favor. So let's see if my order even goes through, bro. It's probably not going to go through. It's not even going through, man. Literally did not freaking go through. Come on, bro. It might be doing me a thing, dude, to be honest. This could be likely to not enough priority amount or slow slippage. 713 slippage is low, bro. Really? Alright, let's see where this thing goes to. Yeah, actually, I think this might top, dude. I don't know. This is the thing with a lot of these meme tokens. It's very difficult to freaking price in what the top is with these meme tokens, bro. It's very, very freaking difficult. Let's go ahead and look at the 1 second chart right now. I mean, I'll look at what you just showed me right now, Vernon. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you, sometimes it might just be worth. Look at that big wick all the way down, all the way up to $55,000, right? We'll go ahead and put 0.25, bro. We're gonna go ahead and buy 0.25. All right, order got executed at 0.25. Let's go ahead and see where the minute is looking. The minute, it's not looking too bad, but look at that, just dump. Typically, when we see these moves right here, we see a massive like this. But I mean, volume's looking pretty good. Typically, if a token's not that good, it's usually dumps at these levels. But these are some very critical areas, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I put in 0.25, so we'll see where our position goes to that. I'm already down 16%, bro. Like you can't make any of this up. Like, I don't even know where this thing filled me up at. I even put 13% on this, and I'm down 18% on that freaking buy. Like, luckily I'm glad I only put 25 because I was about to put 30. But like, this is the problem, bro. Like, even with a good buy, like, you still get wrecked because of how crazy the volatility is. So this token might be done with, bro. I'm glad I only put in 25. This is the reason why with a lot of these tokens you only want to put in like 20 or 5 or 10 bucks, bro. A lot of people want to try to hit it big on these Solana meme token plays, and it's not the move, bro. I've noticed that. Typically with a lot of these tokens, anything over $100, you usually start to lose your money very quickly. But it doesn't mean that this thing can go ahead and reverse like that, right? But it does look like it is following that $13,000 range that I was aiming for. We'll see where this trade goes. I mean, 40% down in 5 minutes, bro. Look at that, 40% down already. Off of 25 bucks. Like, this is why people lose a lot of money in this space, because like most people would probably think that this is gonna reverse, and you put like 3, 4, 5 SOL in it, and you're already down like 50 to 80% of your position, right? That's why you always have to start off with like $10 or $20. Now, let's say this thing was to reverse out of nowhere, like this thing does actually hold this area of support, and we do see a bounce. Then adding more SOL right here would be the ideal right here. Like if you see this reverse pretty nicely, this is where you throw in the 3 or 5 SOL if you really want to, which I wouldn't recommend anything. I wouldn't recommend throwing like anything over 3 to 5 SOL if the market cap is under $50,000. Ideal, like if you could hit it big on a token that's over 100,000 or a million, 5 to 10 SOL is really definitely not as risky as opposed to other plays. But yeah, dude, this is the thing with this space. You saw how quick I was down to 40%, now to 30. Vernon, no, Vernon is my mod, bro. New Pepe coin on Solana. That your wallet address? No, it's a token. These coins will get you wrecked 100%. If you set your TP of the times, it won't get respected. Didn't drop the address because I was bullish it, but yeah, another Pepe coin pumping. You'll lose it all. Where is it, Vernon? Post it. I see one right here. Yeah, that's why with these tokens, bro, like you only want to put in like 25 freaking dollars, bro. Like I know it sounds kind of crazy. It's like who the heck would go ahead and put in $25 into a token? But that's like the Solana meme coin space. You don't want to be throwing in too much money, bro. Like I've noticed that with these tokens, you don't want to ever do that. If you want to throw in a couple hundred to a couple $1,000, go ahead and leverage trade, man. Pepe, it just looks like it's too topped off in my opinion. Unless this is the new area of support, but this thing is more than likely going to go ahead and break below it. We just need a little bit more buying pressure. I mean, buying pressure is not too bad. It's neutral. So right now it's in this consolidating phase. But as I mentioned, it's very difficult to do technical analysis on these meme tokens. It's just really not worth it. I'm glad I exited this trade on Bank of X. I knew this thing was gonna dump like this, bro. Like this is what happens when like you've been rug pulled so many freaking times. Like you already get a feeling instantly about like when a project's about to do that to you, right? And that's actually what I had with Bank of X. Like I jumped into the position and I exited because I had a feeling this thing was gonna dump. Especially when you start hearing in the VC, like a lot of people saying like, oh, this shit's gonna freaking moon. Like I put my whole life savings into it. It doesn't mean it can't. You know, maybe it does moon. Maybe this is the reversal right here at the bottom and it does moon, making you all-time highs, but I don't know. It's like 2 hours deep into the project, and the project really hasn't done much anymore. And then Kermit is down 26% on my position. So unless this is the bottom for Kermit, this is the same thing going on for Kermit too. I mean, 131 buys, not too bad. Sells 118. So the buys are outdoing it, but as long as we continue to see more buying pressure, this thing should reverse. But if we don't, this thing's going to go ahead and this is going to be the top. It's going to be 27,000 market cap, unfortunately. So I mean, welcome to the degeneracy space of Solana meme tokens, man. I'm really seeing a little bit more of a selling pressure pick up. I mean, look at those buys, 117 to those sells at 116. So we're getting a little bit more on the neutral side of buys and sells. So it looks like this token Kermit's probably already done with. If we don't see a reversal quickly, like if we don't see this thing break above this, like 60,000 market cap, this token's done with. And this is the reason why a lot of people lose money in this space of Solana meme tokens, because you guys put way too much freaking money. And I'm telling you based on experience, right? Because like last week and a half, I lost about 60 SOL. So yeah, dude, like freaking insane, right? And I only lost, it wasn't that I wasn't taking profits. I freaking take profits on Solana meme tokens, bro. Like whether I'm up 25% or, you know, I'm up 30%, I take profits, because with Solana meme tokens, you just never know where the project's going to go. Like they typically always like rug pull or fail. Like for example, like Hermit, right? I put in a $25 position, and look how low my position is. Like you see how fast it dumped. It's down 54%, bro. 54%, and a lot of people lose their money because they're putting in like $200-$300 in these. Like look at that guy that put in $200. Unless that was the bottom, then yeah, but it's not looking too good. And this is the reason why I only put in a little bit of money in these trades now. Like I don't go all in like I used to, because I thought that's the way you did it on Solana, but no, on Solana you just gotta put in like $10, bro. is different from the one you're looking at. Interesting. Anyways, chat, I'm gonna go ahead and get going. Honestly, I'm freaking exhausted. I'm tired. I'm gonna go ahead and catch up on some sleep, but I appreciate all of you tuning in today. We're gonna go ahead and see how the market moves moving forward. So quick recap, it looks like Bitcoin is looking to get ready to do a short squeeze, and we should be seeing some sort of bullish rally in my opinion, unless we get rejected at these areas. So I really do appreciate all of you tuning in today, and I'll go ahead and catch all of you on to the next video, man. Good night. Take care.